Hey guys, what's up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again, and welcome back to another list. This time it is going to be on my 10 favorite films from each year of the 2010s. You didn't think I'd forget about this, did you? Since I already did it with the video games, now I'm doing it for movies, obviously, because you guys prefer my movie reviews than video game reviews. But that's okay, I didn't start gaming till Christmas of 2015. I started reviewing movies before. But anyways, this is a list that you really wanted to see. But without further ado, let's start off with 2010, of course. Oh man, 2010 was a great start for movies. And easily the best has to be Inception, Christopher Nolan's original thriller about Leonardo DiCaprio exploring the minds and the dreams of, this girl, and everything about this movie to me, it's just simply a masterpiece. All the practical effects used in this movie. It's my second favorite Christopher Nolan film, right next to The Dark Knight. It would have been fantastic to see this on the big screen, but of course I wasn't big on movies then. I did see Toy Story 3, however, and that film was also amazing. But this film, however, it's a fantastic summer blockbuster, and Leonardo DiCaprio gives one of his best performances ever. It's truly a work of art, and I cannot wait for Christopher Nolan's next film, Tenet. For 2011, I have to go with 50-50. I haven't seen Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. If I watch that might be higher. But, for now, 50-50 is a film that I absolutely adored when watching this. It is just so funny. It is so heartfelt, and it's pretty dramatic at the same time. Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are probably at some of their very best work here. And I love their chemistry together, and the fact that this is a man going through cancer, but it also manages to be a really funny time without having any of the depression going on. And all in all, it's a hilarious movie and a flat out dramatic one at best, and such a heartfelt one. If you haven't checked this film out, I highly recommend it. It's truly worth watching. Avengers could have easily taken my 2012 spot, but at the last minute, I forgot. There's Django Unchained. I mean, I'm a massive Quentin Tarantino fan, and, Django Unchained is one of those Western films that's going to stick with me for a really long time. This is simply one of Tarantino's best. It might be my second favorite film of his, just like I said, with Inception being my second favorite Christopher Nolan film. This is one of the best, Western films I've ever seen in my life. Not only is it bloody, but, a fantastic cast from Jamie Foxx, Christopher Waltz, or Christoph Waltz, Henry Washington, Leonardo DiCaprio, Samuel Jackson. You got such a great cast, fantastic soundtrack. It's just everything I want to see in an R-rated spaghetti western. This is a film that kind of gets a lot of backlash nowadays. Nobody really talks about it anymore. But, after seeing this film and watching it again, this movie, to me, it still holds up, and that is, of course, Gravity. Oh my god, I absolutely adored this film when I saw it in the theaters in 3D. It's one of the best theatrical experiences I've ever seen. It's a well-paced movie. It's not very long at all, and it just makes for an incredible time. I mean, this film, it's just so well-directed. This is my favorite film from Alfonso Cuarón, or Cuarón. Okay, I don't even know what I'm saying here. But all in all, this is a film that stuck with me for a really long time. I love the way it started. I love the way it ended. I don't understand why there's no 4K release, okay? Maybe that might, open people's minds more. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. People have 3D TVs. It might look good on there. I have the 3D Blu-ray over there, but I'm showing the regular Blu-ray. Seriously, why is there no 4K release? It's 2020. This movie came out in 2013. Give us a goddamn 4K release. It would look a hell of a lot better than ever. Alright, I should have mentioned this in the video. There are going to be differences because, the first time I made a best of the year list was in 2014, and I put Lego Movie at number 1. I didn't see that many movies yet, okay? Because I put Godzilla on there as well, and I didn't put that many big films that came out. Like, I never saw Birdman at the time, or Boyhood at the time. But I finally watched Whiplash, and this takes the cake for me, because this film truly is a work of art, Damien Chazelle's, directorial debut is an absolute, spellbinder of a film, and J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller are so great in this movie, and it has one of the best endings to any film in the 2010s. It's a phenomenal film about this drummer and going through so much, J.K. Simmons just treating him like trash, but, it just shows that, this this is a great start for a director's fantastic career. His career is still fantastic with La La Land and First Man. I cannot wait to see what his next film is, because Whiplash truly is a masterpiece. All right, we're doing the same thing again. At the time, Star Wars: Force Awakens was my favorite film in 2015. But so I said the same thing with Mad Max Fury Road. This should have made my number one this whole time. Okay, I loved Inside Out. I still love The Force Awakens, even though that film also got a lot of backlash. But Fury Road is everything an action movie should be. Not really focusing much on a good story. The story is good, but, it's just a 2-hour long, car chase with such interesting characters, a badass villain, and more badass villains, fantastic music, and some of the best practical effects ever in an action film. In fact, this is one of the best action movies ever made, okay? You take a franchise that's starting to lose its mojo with a third film, but years later, we got another film, went back to its R rating, and managed to be a badass fourth installment, and probably the best fourth installment of all time, in my opinion. Mad Max Fury Road. This is also another film. This is another one of the best theatrical experiences of my entire life, and I was just starting to get into R-rated films. And I'm glad I did not miss this film when it came out on the big screen. I did see it in 3D. This is the Blu-ray 3D, and you should watch it in 3D. Or 4K. Either way, it's still a masterpiece. My opinion hasn't really changed on this one. Hell or High Water is still my favorite film of 2016. Sure, Moonlight could have taken the spot, but there's just something about this film. I just think this has one of the best stories of 2016 for film, in my opinion. Jeff Bridges is absolutely phenomenal when, again, his career was starting to go down the gutter as well with films like R.I.P.D. But, this is probably my favorite film that he's been in, right next to True Grit 2010. This was such a great experience. You also got Chris Pine, and they're great together in this movie. It just has a fantastic story, about, earning money, and, it feels kind of like a Western film, but it's not really a Western film. It's a drama, and, it's a good drama there. It's got some violence, it's got some shootings, but, it doesn't focus on that. It focuses a lot on this engaging story, and, I know I'm explaining things really badly here, but I just don't want to spoil anything for you guys. Sure, I spoil, some, because, they've been out for a while, but Hell or High Water still remains my favorite film of 2016. This is a film that I had so much fun with, and it's a film that stuck with me for a really long time, Baby Driver. This is my favorite film of 2017, and remains that way, and probably my favorite Edgar Wright film. This is how you make an entertaining time, and it's not just, some dumb popcorn flick. It's a smart popcorn flick, about, a guy named Baby who lost his parents, and, going along and, being a driver and has to do certain stuff, but of course, later on does some bad stuff, but, it's not like he has a choice, because if he wants to stay alive and, just do all this stuff for these guys and, take care of this one man who has been, his guardian for a long time, but, it also leaves you with an ending that has you raising questions, like, did that actually happen? There I go, spoiling stuff again, but, it doesn't really matter. Baby Driver has a fantastic soundtrack, it has a great cast, even though Kevin Spacey, we probably shouldn't talk about him anymore, but, Baby Driver is still, an awesome film, and I wasn't bored of this movie one single bit, and it remains my favorite film of 2017. You guys might be surprised that a documentary is my favorite film of 2018, Won't You Be My Neighbor? You know, I never actually felt that this was a documentary. I felt like I was watching, you know, an actual drama film. I mean, this just brings me so much that I didn't know about Mr. Rogers. Like, going through, you know, not just childish stuff, but showing stuff, you know, that we experience as we get older, too. I mean, sure, its actual film, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, was also a really good film as well. But this film, I just loved a lot more because, you know, it stuck with me so much and it just made me feel so good about myself. I mean, Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood did too. But, you know, this is just a film that, you know, while watching it, I felt bad, I felt good, and all in all, I was just thrilled by this movie. Even though this isn't a thriller, I was just really, it's hard to explain, but this is an amazing film. This is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. I don't really watch documentaries that much, but this is truly probably my favorite one. Who knows? And of course, we close things off with The Irishman being my favorite film of 2019. I loved every second of this film. Sure, Scorsese made a lot of really good movies in the 2010s, from Hugo to The Wolf of Wall Street, Silence, Shutter Island, but this film is everything I love about a Scorsese film. I love a good gangster film or mob film. It isn't really about gangsters. I mean, it kind of is, but, you know, I don't really feel it's an entire gangster film, more of a mob film. Sure, it's 3.5 hours long. Some people refuse to watch this movie because of how long it is. But, you know, if you watch this movie, I feel it's just going to go by faster than that. I mean, Lord of the Rings feels a lot longer. I mean, I feel those films are a little bit more slower. But this film, that's surprising. For a film like this should be slower, but it really isn't. I mean, I get intrigued immediately as I watch the film, and, you know, if I go on, I'm just going to review the movie again, and this isn't reviews of the films. These are just, you know, mentions of my favorite films of each year, the 2010s. But yeah, The Irishman is a masterpiece, and I really hope it gets awarded for something at the Oscars. And there you go, guys. Those are my favorite films from each year of the 2010s. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have more videos out soon. What's coming out this weekend? The Turning. That movie might suck, but, you know, we'll see. Oh yeah, The Gentleman. I heard that's gonna be pretty good. I really hope so. But, you know, yeah. But yeah, I'll see those this weekend. But anyways, I'll try doing more videos. I'm gonna be working all week. Oh god, I'm not looking forward to it. But hey, you know, I have to make money, and, you know, it's worth it. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.